the Thirsty Bitches podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books, entertainment, self-help, and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kiara.
And I'm Katalyn.
We're here to talk about some dumbass billionaires.
Pretty much.
Guy.
My
Because
TikTok
what in the actual
algorithm
fuck?
My algorithm is fucked because of this.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
So for
I
those
love
of you
it.
that don't know,
I'm living for it.
if either you're not on TikTok or you're living under a rock, I don't know.
Or you're not on TikTok and you only watch reels, and so you'll find out about this in like 5 years.
In a couple of months.
Yeah. So, what has happened is 5 billionaire dude bros decided
4 billionaires and a billionaire's son was forced.
Okay, 4 billionaires and a billionaire's son, which that is the actual tragedy of the situation.
The 19-year-old, yeah.
It's a
19-year-old. 4 billionaires, whatever. Who cares? But got into a submersible.
A Red Bull tin can.
And decided to try and explore the Titanic.
Oh, God.
And that submersible exploded.
Imploded.
Yeah.
Imploded. And so they all died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much all anyone's been talking about, which is in a way a shame because there are a lot of other things happening that are important that people be aware of.
Yes.
But it also kind of plays into the commentary of why the working class does not give two shits or a damn about the wealthy.
Yes.
Correct.
Which we will get into more, but you know, this is where the discussion is today.
Mm-hmm.
So
before we get too deep into this, because I know that we all have thoughts and feelings about the situation,
yes,
we are going to do our quenchable moments. If you're new here, a quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that has happened to us over the last week or so that we want to share with each other and with you. So to start us off, Katalyn, what was your quenchable moment?
My quenchable moment is that my roommate got us tickets to see the 1975 in October
at
Fiddler's Green Amphitheater.
God, the people that I know who were like fighting for these tickets.
Yes. So they went on sale at 10 a.m. We're at work at 10 a.m. with these fucking children. Luckily, we were on break, and so she's just on her phone, and she's like, "Watch my children." I was like, "Aye."
And do.
And yeah, she got us tickets. They were only like $80. We have seats.
That's really nice.
It's at an outdoor amphitheater. It's gonna be cold because the show doesn't start till like 7 p.m. in October.
Yeah,
but
October.
Yeah, October 7th, I think.
So you're doing
1975. We have a jam-packed October.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm aware. Yes, I'm doing 1975 on October 7th, and then 2 weeks later I will be in Vegas.
Yeah, if y'all expect us to record anything in October, it ain't happening.
It's gonna have to at some point, but
we'll post.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm super excited. She and I last saw the 1975 in 2013 when they were starting to get slightly big, but we saw them at a small venue. So like we were like 2 rows back from Natty Healy, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I'm super excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
that's really exciting.
Yeah, Jen Kinnaman and I have both.
Yeah, you guys are doing it.
Yeah,
it's great. So, well, happy for you.
Thanks.
I'll hear all about it 2 weeks later when we were young.
You sure will.
Victoria, what was your quenchable moment?
My quenchable moment is that I'm camping. I technically went camping last night. My camera just freaked out for a second.
You did.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know what happened. It did it on my end too. But I like to go camping with my mom and my sister. And when I say camping, I don't mean I go in a tent. I have a camper. I'm not a heathen, okay? Like,
yeah, no.
So yeah, we're camping at our local KOA. If you don't know what that is, it's Camping Across America. It's like a franchise campground thing. They have to follow like standards. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I always feel really refreshed after. Even though I don't sleep, I still feel really like good. I don't know. I just like camping.
So your family is there right now, and you came back to record, and you're gonna go back.
And then I'm gonna go back.
Nice.
Yeah. Listen, we gotta get. We just talked about how we're all fucking slammed in October. We gotta get this shit done. If you guys haven't figured it out already, we record all of our episodes in bulk, very far in advance.
Yes.
So we can make sure that our releases are covered, and we can also still have lives outside of this. So
yeah, we literally record like 6 hours a day whenever we do record.
So yeah, but we're like a month ahead. So
this is true.
Trade-offs. Anyways. That was my quenchable moment. So yeah. Kiara, what's your quenchable moment this week?
My quenchable moment this week is that I have an arc. I have an arc. It's called Taken from the Sky, the Founding Soul series by Hannah Hughes. You may have seen a TikTok going around. I feel like, Victoria, you may have sent me this TikTok, but I had already signed up for it.
Yeah, I did.
About the zodiacs.
Yeah.
Yes. So it has to do with like the zodiacs and everything. I'm not too familiar with it. I haven't read it yet, and I didn't see like a synopsis leading into it. Maybe I have. I can see if I can try and find that email that it was sent in, but it looks really interesting. Obviously, I like the zodiacs. It's definitely different than Zodiac Academy.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. And
well, the reason why I sent it to you is because she was like werewolf shifter, and I was like, bet.
You're like, I know the person for this.
I mean, I also love werewolf shifters, but y'all know I don't read shit, so
I love a good werewolf shifting.
You read?
Yeah, not actual books though. I did start reading an actual book last night though, but that's another talk for another day.
Okay. Anyway. But it looks really good. I'm excited to start reading it. I have it planned to start this next week or so. It doesn't seem like it's too long. It's only 39 chapters, so I'm hoping it reads quick. Obviously, when you get an arc, you don't get the page numbers. You usually just get a location number, and I'm like, I hate this so much.
So, it's a love-hate relationship.
But let me see. I'm not sure when the release date is, but we should have it in the show notes. So if you want the release date for that book, we will put it there. And then I will be making a post on our Instagram about it when it is released as well.
Yes.
So
it looked really good.
Yeah.
Exciting. So on to something else. What was that?
That was her evil laugh.
Evil laugh. I've never heard you laugh like that before.
Her evil laugh.
It's been a day already today, and it's only noon.
Yeah. Jeez. So this OceanGate shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so aggravating.
So I added a note on here that you guys were laughing at just now. OceanGate, Watergate.
I laugh because it's the name of a hotel.
Well, obviously, we also know Watergate historically.
But it's called that because of the hotel.
There's a lot of people on TikTok who didn't realize that OceanGate was the name of the company. They thought it was being called OceanGate in relation to like Watergate and stuff. So
yeah, no, they didn't pick a great name.
No, I just thought that was really funny that we could touch on because there's a lot of historical relevance to what we've been seeing. Obviously, this has to do with the Titanic. We are 111 years past the Titanic going down. Why are we still going down? There are literal survivors from the Titanic years ago who did interviews, and they're like,
"Stop glorifying.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?"
Yeah, I also want to point out that there were no women involved.
No.
And they were all white.
I will say that this was not the first time this sub had gone down, and women had been on the submarine in previous. Yeah.
Okay, well they're all white people.
I have seen this. I have seen people of color. Technically, there were 2 of them were Pakistani, so they weren't white that passed away, but they were all men. And there have been people.
Well, there were no black people involved, so
there have been people of color in past excursions down, but this specific one. Yeah, it was men.
why didn't like a red flag go off for them when they realized they had to be bolted in from the outside, so like they couldn't escape?
I'm curious as to why Paul
Why didn't a
Henry.
red flag go
Why
off
did
when they were
Paul
using a Logitech controller to control?
Did you see that they saw it on the bottom of the ocean floor?
Yeah.
They like saw the controller. They're like, the controller survived.
My
God.
concern is that Paul Henry, who has done over 37 excursions down to the Titanic, thought that this was still a safe enough submarine to get
But
into
then, like,
after all of the ones that he has been in before. The fact that he
Yeah.
got in it, like, what?
So I like watching Josh Gates on like Expedition Unknown and all that, and he drew the line. He's like,
Yeah.
no. He's like, I've done some sketchy shit, but like, no, this is
there's
this isn't safe.
There's tons of people who have been coming up being that are like known in like the communities, and they're just like, we wouldn't get in it. So my assumption, this is my theory, PH knew that this was dangerous, and his lifelong dream was to be buried with the Titanic. And so he was going to take as many trips as possible to be down there with it.
Not necessarily say he got buried.
He will forever
He didn't get buried. He's been imploded.
He will forever
liquefied.
be at the bottom of the ocean with the rest of the Titanic.
I mean, go for it, but why do you guys take 5 other people with you?
Go down by yourself.
Right?
Go like deep sea diving. I don't.
Yeah. So the thing that's been on my for you page lately is the fact that how similar this is to earliest 20th century American history, or like history in general. So we had the pandemic. Then you have something happening in the sea near the Titanic. I mean, the pandemic was the Spanish flu epidemic was 1918,
and it happened after
1912.
You know, it doesn't matter that
it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Then, as of Friday, there's a fucking Russian coup happening.
There's a civil war in Russia. I'm sorry.
Russian Revolution in the 19-teens?
I'm pretty sure Anastasia died in like 1918 because the Romanovs were murdered by the secret police. Around there, the late teens,
the 19-teens, and then fucking World War One. That's the fucking timeline we're on right now.
All I'm saying is that the amount of people who in 2019 were just like, we are gonna ring in 2020 like they did the 1920s, like the flapper dress. Everyone was like, like, bring the 20s back. They should have, you know what? They manifested it. They were not specific enough. They were not specific enough.
And then the other thing I saw was maybe this is getting us back on the right timeline, because the last time something like so minuscule that united the entire world was Harambe in 2016.
Yeah.
And now
we're resetting the timeline.
Do we get back?
Are we resetting?
Oh, man. I did not have this on my 2023 bingo.
There's another aspect to...
Someone got a bingo because of the Russian coup.
She was like, I feel like I did this. And she like
oh, fuck. Because she was like, for me to get a bingo, it has to be these 4 things. And it's like...
I will say there's one more aspect to that historical relevance, Katalyn, and it is the Great Depression.
Yeah.
But
that wasn't till the end of the 20s.
End of it, but we're
currently in the 19-teens.
We're obviously seeing ourselves slowly falling into that. And obviously, I don't know if you guys have seen TikToks about it, but if you look at our current average income compared to average income in 1930, 1929,
which is like the
including inflation, they were still making twice as much as what the average income is right now with inflation.
Okay, but the other thing is you actually should be looking at the median income instead of the average. Because
yes, that's the median. That's the median. The median. That's what I meant.
I was like, we gotta look at median because the median billionaires and billionaires are jacking up our average.
Yeah, so the median income. So in 1929, median income accounting for inflation was $88,000, $88,888. Median income right now is like $43,000. So we are making
anywhere from 36 to 43.
We are making less than half of what they were making at the height of the Great Depression. So yes, Katalyn, there's a lot happening that is historically relevant.
So as I saw a TikToker say, whoever's obsession with early 20th century history needs to stop because this bullshit is enough.
Whoever started playing Jumanji needs to put it away. Whoever opened a casket needs to put it back.
Yeah. Oh my god. But let's circle back really quick to the submersible. I think the funniest thing to me in this whole situation is when he did interviews, whoever it was that made this thing, he was talking about, he's like, oh, well, I worked with these engineers, and he's like, I'm a rule breaker. I've been breaking rules. I was like, you decided to use two materials that when put together in a corrosive environment are known
which the ocean is
down.
Yeah.
He used, what was it, titanium and
carbon fiber.
Those work as anodes and cathodes with the salt water and creates galvanic corrosion. And the reason why I have to know about this is because I went to a school for aesthetics, and we have to learn about that because we have a machine that uses galvanic current. So like, how do I, as an esthetician, know this better than this homeboy who's got billions of dollars working with engineers? Like, my guy, what the fuck?
I just want to point out that there was a lot of, I don't know if you guys saw that TikTok of like newscasters in England, and one of the guys was like, get to it then, like about the US Coast Guard helping get things out there to help look for, you know, people, the submersible, the crash site if they crashed. And I'm just saying, one, they're like, US is the wealthiest country in the world. Did you not just see us almost put the entire world into a recession? Because we almost just did that.
We were in default for 2 full days.
Two whole days. We almost put the whole world in a recession. So not the wealthiest. We are third world with a Gucci belt at best. 2, this dude decided to have his company out of a port in Canada because they had less protocols than the US did. He decided to skirt around the protocols that the US was placing on. I think it's because we have more activity submersible wise coming out of the US, and that they have to have those protocols. I mean, we have, let's be real, like we have really great naval forces. Our submarines are well equipped. Like we have in those instances, we have good protocols. Obviously, that doesn't track across the rest of the government and all the protocols that we have for the country. But for ports and stuff, they have really high protocols. This guy skirted that and decided to have it out of Canada. So why does the U.S. Coast Guard have to jump in to save them when they decide that they were going to go against the wishes of the U.S. in that instance? If they had followed the U.S. protocols, these people might not be dead.
Because they're U.S. citizens. But the bigger question still is, I don't think the fucking U.S. government should pay for this shit.
No.
I think that money should come out of their estates because they were fucking stupid enough to do this shit.
Yep. They signed those documents.
Why should we have to pay for that?
Complete tangent. Did y'all realize how close to the U.S. and Canada the fucking Titanic sank?
Yes.
I didn't realize it was that close.
I was very aware.
I was like, I thought it was like middle of fucking nowhere. No, it wasn't that far. It was almost here.
I was definitely one of those people who had an obsession with the Titanic as a young child. So I knew where it was. I lived in Boston for 2 years, so I was very aware of how close it was to our coast.
Just saw a TikTok about that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yep, I know.
Sorry.
People thought it was like in the middle of its journey, but it was pretty far into its journey. Like it was close.
Man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It makes me think of the wreck that I was in when I was in high school. We were right there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I also want to touch on, there was a creator who was saying privilege doesn't exist. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy.
I've seen that one. Fuck that guy.
I want to say, in the instance of privilege, I think I don't want to say what he was saying. I believe that regardless of how much money you have, it does not protect you from natural environment disasters. And I think that's the privilege that I see. Like, privilege doesn't exist when it comes to Mother Nature. Like, Mother Nature will be like, absolutely the fuck not. You gonna learn today. I think the way he put it was very bad because within this same time frame that we were, so many different countries were coming together to send out their best equipment to find the submersible, to find these 5 men who made this decision knowing that death was a possibility.
With
They
the
made this
exception of the
decision
19-year-old.
with the exception of the 19-year-old who was going for Father's Day, which, by the way, the father and son, they had just signed on within days of getting on there. Originally, it was a different father and son that were supposed to get on there, but the son was like, Dad, like, this is, like, here's some of the information, like, it doesn't seem safe, and the dad pulled them out, so the guy went and found another father and son. So it was supposed to be a different father and son situation, which is wild. But this, at the time that we are seeing this happen with the submersible, there is a vessel off of the coast of Greece with over 800 people fleeing their country because of safety. And over 500 of them are still missing because the vessel capsized, because Greece coast guards pushed the boat. They were trying to push the boat back out into international waters, and they capsized it because they wanted to go to Italy instead of Greece.
Yeah.
That is why privilege exists.
Yes.
That is what we mean when we say eat the fucking rich, because obviously all these countries are putting billions of dollars.
I mean, I guess in this instance, it's drink the fucking rich.
Honestly, I saw this thing that said if you eat Atlantic salmon in the next, like, 3 to 4 weeks, you will actually be eating the rich, because
the rich. I'm like, how can I do this?
So,
I'd also like to thank the pot of orcas who kind of started the whole, like, maybe let's stay out of the fucking ocean right now.
So yes, we know the pot of orcas over in, like, the Mediterranean, capsizing yachts. 3 or 4 days, within 2 to 4 days of the submersible going missing, there was a pod of orcas spotted off of the coast of Boston.
Oh.
And I'm like,
coincidence?
Listen. Did you guys see that meme? Did you guys see that meme where it's like the orcas ordered Five Guys?
Yes, I saw that TikTok. Dude, that's also been a great thing to come out of this situation, and this just speaks to the difference in.
No, we're not.
No, we're not, because this just speaks to how the reason why we lack empathy for people like this. Like, everybody does feel empathy for the 19-year-old, because he was very much so, like, it feels like he was forced into this situation. Just hearing stories about how he was leading up to this, but the other 5, I don't give a shit about, because they don't fucking care about us. Why should we care about people that are that wealthy?
I should not care more about your safety than you should. I shouldn't.
Right. Yeah. But not only that, they are so grossly wealthy that for them, $250,000 is like getting a cup of coffee.
It's $10. The equivalent of $250,000 to $1 billion is $10 to people on a median income.
Right.
$10. I'm like, do not ever come at me for my $7 matcha ever again.
Yes. So why would I care about somebody who blew what could pay off the debt for a doctor or a lawyer or hundreds of other people with, like, lower student debt loans? Why should I care about them? Why? Give me one good reason. Oh, well, human empathy. They don't care about me in that way.
Empathy you can have a cutoff with empathy. You do not have to feel empathy for every person in the world. Do I care? Do I care for their humanity? Yes. Am I glad that it imploded rather than them slowly suffocating over 4 or 5 days? Yes, I am. I'm glad that they had, in the outcome of death, I'm glad that they had that one.
That was the best case scenario.
But that doesn't mean that I have to sit here and be sad about them losing their lives.
Yeah. No. Because at this point, the amount of money that these billionaires and these millionaires have, it's unethical. Like, I was watching a video the other day where this girl broke down the wealth of, like, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. They would have to live literally 12,000 years. If they were spending $1 million a month, they would have to live 12,000 years to be able to spend all of that money. And, like, yes, we fully understand that $400 billion is not liquid. But still, it is grossly unethical to be so wealthy and have people living in poverty in the same country.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting at this point, and I hope all of these other wealthy people are fucking scared because we don't give a shit about y'all. The entire population of billionaires could be wiped out in a day, and I would not give a single flying fuck.
I also want to touch on the fact, going back to kind of like who should pay for this. Obviously, if they use resources from the governments, our taxpayer money is going to be used for that. Our money,
which we should be reimbursed for.
And billionaires do everything in their power to skirt around taxes. Did you know that OceanGate got a PPP loan?
Oh, that's great.
They got a PPP loan, and they got it completely forgiven. But they can't forgive student loans. Like, it just is so baffling. And I saw this TikTok of this girl talking about how we are basically 2 steps away from a revolution, like worldwide, like French Revolution style, off with their head worldwide. Like we are balancing on the cusp of this.
Yeah. And I think that's why they're trying to be so careful in how they're handling the student loan debt situation. Because as soon as people found out who was suing, all of their asses got handed to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And after what happened with Roe v. Wade and how all of the courts,
a third of this country has made abortion illegal. A third.
Yeah.
So far.
I saw the map the other day.
Only half of the country has open abortion access.
Yeah. But after how all of their information got leaked after Roe v. Wade got overturned, I was like, you think that was sad?
That was easy.
Listen, out of all of this, I think the thing I would be most afraid of if I was in their position is Anonymous. Because Anonymous is going to come for their fucking asses in the simplest of ways. And it's going to
progressively gotten like more and more involved. Like, because you can tell that whoever is behind Anonymous, they're over it.
I'm seeing French Revolution, V for Vendetta sort of situation like coalescing in the next few years. Like it's bound to happen.
Yeah. And like this, the worst part of it is that's not what any of us want.
No.
We just want to be treated like normal fucking human beings and to be able to live without killing ourselves. Like
we
have a friend who got a job. Yeah, we have a friend who got a second job at an amusement park and worked like 14-hour days back to back, so that way they can save up for a house. Like that's fucking stupid.
Like I should have a second job, but I just can't.
I don't even have one job.
I probably also should have a second job.
I don't have one job, and it is so much fucking work to try and get a hold of the unemployment office to get paid my $300 a week that I'm unemployed with, which is less than a third of my paycheck.
Yeah. Like it's stupid.
It should not be this hard.
No. People should
and
not
for
be
us
committing...
to put so much resource into finding these men who put themselves in this situation, that will be a revolt in itself. There's people in Canada who are like, why are my tax dollars going towards this? And people are stitching it from the US and they're just like, welcome
to the bullshit.
Welcome to our shit show. We're sorry you have to be here.
Like we've been here. We've been here.
But it's always funny to me to see people making these videos, especially the ones who like to kiss ass to like the wealthy and be like, oh, we need to have empathy. Why? They don't care about you either. They're not going to pick you. They are not going to pick you.
The thing is that it's a lot of people who are like upper middle class, like pushing on like semi-wealthy, like low-class wealthy. Like it's those people who are just like, we need to have empathy. And I'm like, you are so brainwashed. They will never care about you. They will never care about you.
No.
Because I can tell you right now, when this eat the rich shit happens, who do you think's going to be the appetizer? It's not going to be us. And it's not going to be them. It's going to be you.
We too poor.
So stop.
I'll be the one eating the rich. Katalyn and I will be the historians being like, no. This is how it worked a couple years ago. This is what they did 200 years ago. This is how they built it.
Don't do this tactic. This didn't work. Try this instead.
And Victoria will be the one walking around like she's in a fucking purge. Nails in a bat being like, ready.
I'm ready.
Kiara and I are just there, like, recording it for, like, prostate, like,
We're
for
like-
historians in the future.
We're like,
To
this
the
is
FBI
why
man
you
who's
listen
listening to
history.
this for legal reasons, this is a joke.
This is all a joke.
I don't know. Katalyn
Mostly.
and I are just gonna be the historians. We're just gonna write it
Yeah.
all down.
We're just
We're
the
not
people
doing anything
recording.
wrong.
No.
Anyway, let us know what kind of weapon you guys would use during the purge.
No, but I just like ultimately I think this was a tragedy. These people should not have been at the bottom of the ocean. They should not have gotten into this sub. This CEO and the people who work for him should not have done what they did. But now I know that even though I might feel unqualified for the jobs I'm applying for, I'm very qualified, because if this man can get all these people paying $250,000 to get on this tin can, I can easily do any of the jobs that I am applying for. Like, yeah, I could do that. I am going to walk through life with the attitude of a mediocre, the confidence of a mediocre white man who can get people onto a tin can to go to the Titanic. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. The fact that he was able to get Paul Henry on that ship. There was a girl who was working on the ship that I was telling you guys about. She had a TikTok up of Paul Henry getting in the dinghy to go to the submersible was right out there in the water. He was sitting in the dinghy and she was like, "Bye, PH. Like, have a good time. We'll see you when you get back." I saw the TikTok. I was like, this did not age well. I commented, this did not age well. She took it down. It is gone. That TikTok is gone.
That shit
like, I
aged
saw
like milk in the sidewalk.
Yeah.
The TikTok of, I'm assuming it was the kid getting into the submersible and they're all like taking their shoes off. Like, there was like no windows on the side of that thing.
They were like pointing like, there's our bathroom. Hopefully we don't have to use that. I'm like, that's disgusting.
That's so gross, because they're all sitting like, if you're in the back of like a
they
van,
are
like
on top of each other,
crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Also, the amount of people in the world who are like, why does the Americans say crisscross applesauce? And we're like, listen, there's a lot of things that we used to say in the past that we're not allowed to say anymore. And crisscross applesauce had to replace one of them. We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Yeah. Listen, we're trying. Okay, we're trying to be better.
Baby steps.
It's not working out very well. We can't help it what the rich assholes of our country do. Okay, we're trying to just set it on fire and start over again. Give us a second. All right, that's all we're asking for. Anyways, let us know what you guys thought about this shit show, because we clearly thought that it was idiotic and shouldn't have happened, and we can't wait until rich people are gone because they're dumbasses and shouldn't.
But the memes, I'm living for the memes.
The memes are great. Live for the memes. If nothing else, do it for the meme.
Do it for the meme. Just literally.
Yeah, just let us know what you guys think. You can message us on Instagram. We have other platforms that you can comment on, like YouTube or Spotify. We even have a Gmail. You know, you can hit us up there. But for now, Kiara, will you take us out with an affirmation?
I will.
I'm throwing things around.
So today's affirmation is I have the wealth to afford anything I want. I am living a luxurious lifestyle. I do not work hard for my money. Money comes to me easily.
Poignant.
All right.
Hey, I'm bringing wealth into my life. Am I going to use it to get on a submersible?
No.
You could not pay me enough to get on something like that.
Let alone pay that much. Anyways.
I would go on something like that was actually built professionally, specifically for that reason.
I won't get on Nemo's ride at Disneyland.
That's fair.
I won't do it.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in on Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all new episodes. Be sure to subscribe and follow our socials listed in the description. Make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for the podcast to help boost us across platforms. Have a lovely day, and remember, stay thirsty, Richard.